to make one of the fluffiest, spongiest, lightest cakes out there, and it's called an angel food cake. Hi, welcome to Cake Mom. I'm Abby. This is Emery, and on this channel I share with you guys some of my favorite tips and techniques, as well as recipes to help you with your home baking projects. If you're new or haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and hit the notifications bell so that you can see when I post my next video. So today I wanted to share with you a great springtime dessert. It is one of my favorites by far, and as always, the recipe will be in the description below, but here's everything you will need for this angel food cake. Room temperature egg whites, salt, granulated sugar, all-purpose flour, cornstarch, cream of tartar, and whatever flavoring you would like. Vanilla, almond, orange, they're all good for this one. So before you get started on your cake, go ahead and preheat your oven to 325 degrees and lower your middle oven rack one slot down from the center position. Because this is a meringue-based cake, we need to make sure that our mixing bowl and whisk have no fat on them whatsoever, because it will keep your egg whites from fluffing up. Go ahead and take some white vinegar and a paper towel and wipe down your mixing bowl and your whisk attachment very well. It won't taste like vinegar when you're done, but it won't be greasy and you will end up with a good meringue. So before you start whisking anything, the best thing to do is to make your sugar super fine. If you're in England, you could probably buy extra fine sugar. You don't want powdered sugar, but granulated sugar just doesn't cut it this way. So if you have a food processor or a blender of some kind, we're just going to pulverize this a little bit more to make it extra super fine. Now push the button. Pull out a cup of this sugar and leave the rest in your blender.
Can I do that?
Alright, so go ahead and add your flour and cornstarch to this, and salt. The reason you're adding cornstarch to your all-purpose flour is because this is essentially making cake flour. So if you already have cake flour, you can use cake flour instead of the all-purpose and cornstarch. So add it in with your sugar into your mixer, or blender, sorry. Now, pulse this 5 to 10 times just to combine everything. Good job, my brain. Go ahead and set this aside and get your stand mixer. So put your egg whites and cream of tartar into the bowl of your stand mixer and beat this on medium speed until it is foamy. Then crank it up to medium-high speed and slowly start adding in your cup of sugar. Maybe like a couple teaspoons at a time. You don't want to deflate your egg whites while you're doing this. Then whip it on medium-high speed until it forms soft peaks. You don't want it to be over-whipped and broken. You want it to be soft peaks, and I will show you what that is in just a second. A little high. This, you really just want to bring it up to this point right here, where when you pull this out, it kind of folds over a little bit, and that's called soft peaks. If you go any farther than this, it kind of deflates the egg whites a little bit. So really keep it on the soft peak side. It makes a difference. Now you're going to add your extract. Just stir it in. And like I said, because you've already gotten it to this point, you don't want to beat it anymore. You don't want to get it to dry, stiff peaks. So just stir in a little extract. So now you will want a spatula and a sifter. This does make a difference. You do need to sift your flour into this because the egg whites are so delicate that you can deflate them very easily. So you're gonna wanna sift your flour mixture into your egg white mixture in 3 batches. And you just wanna gently sift it over the top of the surface and then fold that amount in very gently because you don't want to destroy your egg whites. have folded in all of your flour mixture, you want to do this pretty fast because your egg whites will deflate, and you want to make sure that you scrape all the way down to the bottom of your bowl, because surprisingly it does get mist down there, and if you have streaks with no flour in it, it'll bake a little bit unevenly. So then take an ungreased bundt cake pan, or if you have a tube pan made for angel food cake, that is even better, but this will work. Ungreased. And pour your cake batter in there.
Wow. I made it, Mama.
What am I making? I'll make a cake.
Cake?
Yeah.
Whoa. Beautiful.
It is, don't You're so sweet. Is it beautiful? So now bake this for approximately 40 to 45 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. Okay, so as soon as this cake comes out of the oven, you want to cool it upside down. If you have a bundt pan, you could cool it on top of a bottle like this. Or if you have a tube pan, they usually have little feet. You can just turn it straight upside down on top of that. Completely before you try to take it out of the pan. And now's the fun part. You're going to run a knife around the edges as well as around the edges of the center here, because it'll stick a little bit if you want to get it out cleanly without breaking anything. Okay, so now dump it out onto a plate or a cake board. Okay, came out.
Whoa! That is cool. Big piece.
Now your cake is basically done. You can sift this with powdered sugar, you can put creme anglaise, you can put fresh berries or cooked berries. We are going to put cooked berries and whipped cream on this beautiful cake, because what is more springy and delicious than fruit and whipped cream? So here it is, my angel food cake. It looks a little bit of a mess, but let's cut it and see how it tastes, because I'm sure it is delicious, because it's angel food cake. So, I mean, you can see this is super spongy and airy, and it's fabulous. So, I really hope you've enjoyed this recipe. If you did, you might also really love this strawberry cake right here. It's also vegan, so that's great. Go check it out. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and a comment. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and hit the notifications bell so that you can see when I post my next video. Have a great day.